All right. So I was trying to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing for a good minute now, right? And I don't know how much we're just gonna flow and let it. How did I guess I'm going this way. I'm just gonna flow with it, let it go. I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? And then I finally saw it and it fucking clicked. I'm like, holy shit. Anytime I go to water, I get clear. Even if it's not the most like blah, 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 like sometimes I'll be thinking like if I go somewhere, I'm just gonna get a straight off vision. It's gonna let me know what to do. And that does happen. It does happen. But whenever I go to water, somehow, some way I become clear. I might even get to a point where I start getting mad. I'll be like, fuck this shit. And then like it clicked. It just clicked. I'm supposed to go on Instagram and talk. Why? I don't fucking know. I don't know what the purpose of any of this is, but it's like I do and I don't. I have walked into the world where I realized that I do carry some type of purpose, bro. I've woke up, I've gone back to sleep, I've woke up again, went back to sleep, and woke up again, right? Like, it's been a process, and I'm like, okay, maybe I'm supposed to go into the world because I understand how to keep waking the fuck back up. Maybe I'm supposed to do something with that. Maybe this and the other. I know how to purify myself, right? And how to purify myself regardless of whatever I've experienced, regardless of whatever reason I went to sleep, this and that. Like, I've just learned a lot of different things, and then I gotta figure out how to get out of here because I most definitely just walked into, like, that is a beautiful blue jay. I just walked into a random, like, apartment complex just because where I'm at, for some reason, you can't get to the lake here. It's crazy, but you literally can't get to the lake. Like, it's not possible. Like, they've built houses and stuff on top of all around the lake, and they like made it private communities, and it's like you can't get to it no matter what. And I'm like, why? Who? Like, what? Right? So I'm just walking out of here now. So what I came to was I got away from everybody, right? I got away from my family. I got away from my parents. I got away from my sibling. I got away from all of this shit, right? Just because bro, I could breathe when I'm away from these niggas. I see what I need to do. I could just chop that shit up, let this rock. I could breathe when I'm away from these niggas, bro. I see all of the, like, I see all of the, like, things that I subconsciously started doing to keep everybody around me happy. And I can't do that shit no more. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. It's a giant waste of time. It is, right? When I got away from everybody, bro, you know what happens when I get away from everybody? The universe starts talking to me. The earth starts talking to me. The ocean starts talking to me. Rivers, lakes, all of the shit starts revealing itself to me, saying, all right, go do this, go do that. And at first, don't get me wrong, that shit sound batshit crazy, and I'd be real skeptical. I'd be like, what the fuck? I do it anyway. I push through. Next thing I know, oh shit, my body's doing this. I'm feeling this. This is changing. Okay, this is changing my perception on supercell. This is changing this. This is changing that. And it's like, I start to see shit way before it happens. And I'm like, yo, right? But when I'm around family and shit, like, that shit don't work. It don't work. Like, I literally have to get away from them. And so, speak on that. Lately, I just been realizing, because I'm away from my family, a lot of what I've experienced with them, said to them, these kind of things, they're starting to, like, actually surface now to be processed. Because they weren't processable. It's like being too close to something. You can't really process after a certain point how this shit is truly, truly, truly affecting you. Nah, fucking cross. Right? You can't process it anymore. It's too close. So I got away from everything. And it's two things that I really see, right? So it's funny because this resonated with me so much. I was having this experience, these realizations, and then today I clicked on Twitter because I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. Sometimes I'll just go, I don't want to say vent, but I'll just talk. So like I can get out instead of feeling like I'm harboring so much. And there's this woman called the Hood Healer, right? And I'm basically gonna word it this way. When she basically said she got away from her parents, she felt like she could breathe. She felt like she could breathe. That's what the fuck I've been experiencing, bro. And like, bro, it's ridiculous. She felt like she could breathe. You actually start to be able to feel what it is you're supposed to do when you're away from them, right? Which connects you with God, right? It's funny, I just saw another video that was kind of on it. It connects you with God, bro. Being in your purpose, you start being able to be aligned with the universe and nature and everything. You can do it naturally. But for someone like me, I have to get away from everybody, right? And there's two sides of that. You have that so-called like the spiritual side, right? So you have the spiritual side where a lot of people understand you got to get away from certain people, environments, places. Unless you're called to go there, you have to get away from that shit, because everyone has energy fields and auras and energy, all this other shit. And it will affect your ability to be in connection with your higher self, universe, nature, all this other shit. So you got to get away from everybody. The other side of it is I'm the only person in my family that has ever had to deal with what I call supercell, right? The only one who's ever had to deal with that. And a part of me is starting to feel like maybe that's my purpose in the world, is because I actually understand this shit now. Like, I get what the fuck is going on with supercell. I get it, right? Maybe that's what I'm supposed to do, walk forward in the world and talk about that. I don't know. I don't really understand it, because me explaining it, is that going to change anything for anybody? I really don't know. What am I supposed to do? Spirituality? Jump back? Or I realize now supercell is like a super gift, bro. Right? I've said this on other places. I don't see why I'm supposed to say this. Whatever. It's a super gift. But if you don't know how it runs, then it could basically fuck yourself up, right? So basically, you can compare it to, you ever seen that viral video where people go and call their dad and they're like, yo, I put the green handle gas in my car. And the father knows, like, that shit could really fuck your car over. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. It's kind of similar to that, but it's more complex. That's really one of the best ways I could word it. Right, so I feel like that's part of my purpose, because I understand. But I've been saying supercell was a superpower since I was a kid. I had no idea why, what it meant. And anytime I tried to do something with it, it wouldn't, like, my energy wouldn't let me. Like, it would like be like, no. When I saw the supercell came out as like a show, I was kind of hot, so I always wanted to do something with that, but it never resonated. So, you know, it actually also goes a little deeper than just supercell itself. What nature has showed me is that it's like a DNA trait kind of thing, where it allows you to do certain things. It allows you to be connected on certain levels. That's why, like, this is what I'm saying. I don't know how you could fit this into fucking 10 minutes unless I just make one long ass video, cut it up and upload it in different, right? That's the only thing I can think of. So basically, I went into a bunch of studying of supercell. I understand people that have supercell, people that have thalassemia or anything related to these two things, all of these people lived near water. Why did all of these people live near water, right? You gotta understand, the people teaching us about this so-called disease, like, come on. We're listening to fucking random doctors and shit who are genuinely not doing anything to help people with supercell. I've actually figured out how to help people with supercell, but it requires certain things. And after that, it needs to be studied kind of thing. So all of it is related to water, right? So I'll explain to you right now. I grew up in Jersey. Jersey is dry as fuck, bro. It's another level of dry. And I used to walk around feeling crazy dehydrated. My body used to feel dry. And when I went down south to a place like, how can I word it? When I went to Carolina, right? So when I went to the Carolinas, the environment is very humid and hot. And basically what this feels like is the sun is shining super hard, but it feels like there's this weight in the air. It just feels like water sitting in the air. I didn't feel dehydrated, right? I didn't feel the same. I noticed I was able to go do more things. I started walking every day. I was cooking more. I was out more, da-da-da-da-da. It was different. Did this make supercell go away? No. All right, so let me let go of the 10-minute frame thing that I was giving myself, because that shit's not going to work. It doesn't make supercell go away, right? No, I've come to the conclusion that no amount of eating, no amount of breathing, no amount of anything, and you know, somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. I'm always open to that. But I'm going off my own experience. I have tried to sit here and practice breathing. I have tried to sit here, let me go be in the sun every day, because a lot of spiritual niggas talk about that. I have tried, oh, let me just go be in nature. Bro, there's so many things that have to be done right and done properly, or else certain things don't work. So when people say, oh, go in nature, this shit was not changing nothing for me. The only thing I can say is, if you get called to go to a specific place in nature, you can actually receive the type of instructions and directions that you need to do X, Y, and Z, right? That shit started to show me, like, I have to have a marker board. It's the only way to, like, truly explain it, is to get, like, a marker board. Because it's so much information that it's ridiculous. I'm just getting to a point where I'm kind of over shit. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm doing my best to push forward, because it's like, yo, I get it, I understand it, and you're like, hold it, okay, now you just need like support, or this, that, and other, find a way to support yourself, kind of thing. And it's like, how am I supposed to regulate all of this at once? Whatever, right? So, how can I word? All right, so going back, it's water. It's literally water. When I was near the water, it felt like my body was just drinking this shit, right? See, this is kind of what blows me about this. It goes deeper than just water. Bro, you have to have the environment set up properly. You have to have somewhere to go to rest and sleep, which is aka shelter. You need to be away from your fucking family and parents so you can get clear. And I'm going to explain part of this as best as I can, because I'm telling you, it's just so much information, bro, that it's like, damn, it's like a giant, I had to figure out a giant equation, but putting the pieces together are very, very possible, right? You got to be away from all your family unless said otherwise, right? Like, I've had enough of this. Like, I was able to tap into, like, being able to, yeah, you can say it. I tapped into being able to speak to people's higher selves. So I'll just go there, because I've come to the conclusion that on the physical plane, bro, talking to people is a waste of time. It's a waste of time, because that person on the physical plane, it depends, how aligned are they with their higher self? Are they aligned with their intuition? If you're not aligned with one of those two things, and if not both, a lot of times you start to realize on the physical plane, talking to certain people is a waste of time. It just is. It doesn't matter how much sense you make. It doesn't matter how logical you're being. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, you can't say X, Y, and Z to do actually something that's productive. So I sat and I was like, okay. And then I remembered you can actually go to people's higher self. And I was like, oh shit, that changes things. You know, certain people on the physical plane will, like, they might reach out to you, they might call you, they might do this and the other, and you go to their higher self, and their higher self be like, don't entertain none of this, don't even answer, leave it alone. That shit, when I discovered that shit, I was like, oh yeah, it's up. It's up, because I don't gotta waste time no more talking to this person and that person. Go to their higher self. Their higher self be like, yep, just leave. Don't even whatchamacall. Bro, I spoke to my ancestors. I was like, nigga, block off everything that is like, say if it wasn't good for me or it didn't resonate, I was like, block that shit off. They blocked off certain shit. My intuition would ring so loud with certain things that it was like, no, do not do this. Say I was gonna reach out to somebody, I might reach out to them, and then I would go to I would be like, yo, this feel weird. Like, my intuition would be like, no. I'm like, yo, this why is it like doing it to this degree? And I would go to their higher self, and their higher self would confirm that shit. So it was almost like their higher self was confirming what my intuition was relaying to me. And mind you, I'm not just reaching out to the person randomly. I might have been in a certain place where, like, I might need to be around people, or, you know, it's life. Sometimes you want to be around your friends. You want to be around this person. I'm someone who isolates so much, it's ridiculous. But I understand why it's necessary. Bro, I basically just isolate. Oh, big ass thing in that. Hell no. I just isolated for like 4 months. And you start to see everything, people, the world, and it's all type of shit very, very differently. Oh, this is what I was living in. This is the, you know what I'm saying? And so if you don't go around people that's like that, the energy tries to pull you back into it, bro. It's crazy. So I'm like, on some spiritual shit, I just started navigating this shit to the best of my ability. If my intuition say do this, go here, right? Go do that. That's the journey I just left. My intuition had been telling me for years to go here. And I finally went there, and at first, like, I'm just making music. Then I'm spending all this time in nature. Nature starts showing me all these fucking different gifts and things that I could do and have to help myself. And it's not the average, like, yeah, if you go here and make this money, that's there too. But it's like, it was more so on some like energy, nature, spiritual shit, supercell shit. Like, it was like that. And so the only thing I can think of now is like, I gotta go into, this is just my guidance right now. I didn't understand it, but now I do. It kind of seemed like I'm supposed to go into the world and talk. I don't 100% understand that, but I'm kind of like sure, like whatever. And the only thing I could think of is, aside from my spiritual connection, is supercell. There's no information on supercell, bro. Supercell is a fucking gift. It's ability. It's a trait from our ancestors. It's a trait from our ancestors, bro. I keep trying to tell people with supercell need to be near water, but being near water isn't enough. It's an environmentally based disease, quote unquote. Let's change it. It's an environmentally based gift. If you're not in the right environment, it's gonna fuck you over. There's the only way I could prove that shit, bro. I literally stayed in a place that I found was like, okay, this environment actually resonates. And I stayed away from family. And I stayed there for super long. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I'm not really getting, and I was using the gifts that like nature showed me. And I was like, I'm not really being bothered, right? When I lived in Jersey, bro, like having an attack felt like it could happen at any moment, any day. And I adapted to that, right? I adapted to walking through pain every day. It's like a bar. It's like a meter, right? Say like the meter is like the size of my head. Let's just use that for now. Bro, walking around with supercell is like your bar is here. Your bar is this low. And all you're trying to do is stop it from going down here, because if it does, you're going to the hospital. So most people, their bar is way up here. They're just living life normally. Our bar is down here, bro. It's ridiculous. And what I'm saying is, every person that I've spoke to that has supercell, they either are still consistently going to the hospital or they're pushing through pain. There's no other thing that I've seen. There's no other fucking thing I've seen. But I've come to the conclusion that it is a spiritual gift that we don't remember how to use, because all of our people, right? Just think about it this way. They'll say it was the Mediterranean, right? Mediterranean, or it comes from Africa, probably being near the Nile or whatever. Whatever, it comes in water. How many of us are living like that, right? None of us are living like that anymore, because the world has changed. Everybody's separated and in different places where they weren't originally at. I was in Jersey. Nothing about New Jersey resonates with me. Nothing. I genuinely hate being in New Jersey. I always have. Right? But when I went back to where a lot of my ancestors is from, it was like the land just started to cater to me. The land would be like, go do this, go do that. Next thing I know, I'm like, holy shit, this is a fucking, oh shit. Like nigga, I can't go into half of the shit that I experienced. That's what blows me. Bro, I was having some of the greatest experiences I ever seen in my life. It's shit out of a fantasy book. You wouldn't even believe it. Bro, it was wild, and it was on some everyday shit. Everyday shit. I see why I've been resistant to this. This makes me uncomfortable. It's not even just that, nigga. I'm tired, bro. My nigga, having the resources to do this shit probably be different. On some level, I still probably have to push through this and the other, but I'm doing it anyway. So, what was I saying? It's a gift, right? So I'm trying to understand, maybe that's what I'm supposed to go into the world with. It's a gift. And nature has shown me how to like use the gift, right? I used to always sit here and be like, anyone that has supercell know that shit control your life. I don't care what you're talking about. I don't care what nobody's saying. That shit controls your life. There's no way around it. We could sit here, we could lie to ourselves. It controls your life in every aspect of your life. Now I understand this from a nature, science, medicine level of, okay, what's actually going on? What's this, that, and all type shit. So, well, I need to stop walking, bro. I'm like pretty fucking tired. I just want to see how much of this can I actually work, because if not, it's just like, what's the point of this shit? What's the fucking point? So like, even this, bro, like this is what I'm saying. The part of me is like, I have to use everything. You see how like sometimes I might drag on something, or like I'm trying to paint this picture in a way that you could perceive it. It's two things happen. One, it's a big ass picture. It's a big ass picture. The other side of it is that niggas is tired, right? That's literally how supercell works, bro. You're literally tired all the time. People, oh, just tired. Bro, this shit goes so much deep that it's fucking ridiculous. So I'm gonna try and find a bench. Because as long as I'm walking and trying to talk this shit, it's not gonna fucking... But I'm gonna keep talking anyway. It's a gift, bro. It's a literal gift. And I don't know how to get people of the supercell community to know that, right? I tried going into the supercell community. Them niggas was like, nigga, what? Like, them niggas like, this nigga sounds crazy, da 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 da. But it's like, dog, you know what's crazy? We're expecting the same people who colonize us to be honest about anything that would be good for us. That's crazy. You're going to the hospital who is owned by our colonizer, and you're getting drugs. Our drugs aren't weak drugs, bitch. We get morphine. Toradol's a weaker one, but we get morphine, Toradol, Percocet, this type of shit, because the pain is that fucking strong. But people are like stuck in the like, you know, they're stuck in pain. It makes sense, bro. I get it. I was that person. Anytime somebody brought something to me, I was like, fuck out of here with it. Because if it wasn't gonna like help me to the degree where I'm like, I don't feel like this thing is controlling my life, then I didn't want to hear it. Now there's only one way, bro. You would practically have to show them that what you're saying is not bullshit. You would practically have to show them, okay, what I'm saying isn't bullshit. Here's this, that, and the other. It's the only way. And that is where I'm at, right? Here's the thing. This is one of those things where, have you ever seen those shows? It might be an Asian show. It might be any show where that person is like, they done fought whatever battle or this, that, and the other, and now they like in the hospital, right? Like they're in the hospital. They need to rest and allow themselves to heal. That right there is what supercell is like. Whatever you're doing, if you're not in the proper environment that will allow you to heal and rest and just focus on healing it, then you're working against yourself. And that is what I've come to find, because I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm like, I've been shown beautiful gifts. I'm like, yo, these are gifts that like, oh my God, like this is a game changer. But what I'm coming to find is like, without that stability or that thing that allows me to sit here, without the lab, if a scientist doesn't have his lab, shit becomes difficult. You don't have somewhere to go test everything. You know what I'm saying? All scientists want a lab because that's the experiment ground. That's the ground of like, we're going to sit here and absolutely focus on this with no distractions. Have all my tools in here that I need to do this experiment, that experiment, so I can learn. That's where the fuck I'm at. I'm like, okay, nature has shown me. I know what the fuck I need to do. You know what I'm saying? I know exactly what the fuck I need to do. From down to cooking to myself, from the type of bed I need to sleep on, the environment I need to be. I know all of that shit, bro. I'm just at the point where all I have to do, I don't want to say all I have to do is be there, uninterrupted, and let me just focus on this shit, right? So I'm trying to understand what's the point of me even saying this or doing this, just because what does this solve? What exactly does this solve? That's what I'm saying. I don't 100 Oh shit. It said, it said, and then it said pure. Okay. Okay. Keep going. I basically have come to understanding that supercell itself is spiritual. You can't look outside of it. It's not possible. Supercell itself is spiritual. I'm gonna say this one more time. Supercell itself is spiritual. And as long as you're not living accordingly spiritual, then you're gonna probably be in pain. That is the realization that I'm making. There is quite literally no way around it. It's not possible because it's an actual spiritual gift, right? Best way I can word this, I don't even know if I can word it like that. I don't know how to prove to you that without saying the farthest out fucking possible thing, that it's an actual spiritual gift. Right? I'm trying to understand what is the actual purpose of this and why am I supposed to talk about it? Okay. I make that. Okay. Let me see. Another way I can word it. Okay. Let's word it a different way. With supercell, what happens? We go to the hospital, right? We try and live life like regular people. It doesn't work 100%. Why? Because we're not regular people, right? Regular people have let's use video games. They have an energy bar. Their energy bar is usually between 80 to 100. Our energy bar is nowhere near that fucking high. Or it works different. See, that's why I need a board. I see. Our energy bar works different. So even if ours is at 80 or 100, certain moves and things that regular people would do, so say you did a kick attack and you used like 10% of your bar. For us, that's going to use like 25% of our bar. So our bar is not going to operate the same way as other people. It doesn't work, right? The other side of it is supercell is one of those things where because we haven't understood how the gift itself works, it's basically put us in a state where it seems like everything is working against us, but it's not real. It is and it isn't. I don't know how I would explain this to you the best I could. The point I'm trying to say is, what do we actually have that actually like is medicine for this? We don't have any medicine. Drugs aren't medicine. Drugs are things that actually, for example, pills, all that shit, like morphine, all it does is mess with your nervous system so that you're not feeling, it's messing with your perception. It's just nervous system, right? So you can't feel the pain that is actually there. That's all it is. This isn't real medicine that we're like giving ourselves to say, oh, this is going to go away. I'm not going to feel like this anymore, right? We don't have a like, what is that thing called? It's that machine Goku and Vegeta get in where it's like water. And it's water. Oh my God. I just now peeped that. I just now realized it's water. Again, I keep saying it. The way is water. It's the only way to regulate that shit. And I have figured out how to do it, but you have to, let me figure out how to open this damn door. Okay. There we go. I have to pee so much right now. All right, I'm gonna go back in this again. Oh, man. Oh, I gotta pee. I gotta pee. just sit here and speak. Alright, right. So I was talking about, oh my god, this shit still, I still can't close this shit. At least I can close it. Why is my shit too big? Okay, deal with that. Alright, right. Something kept ringing off to me, and now I kind of know what it is. So, what I was saying, let me jump back, just because I feel like you have to understand so many different. I need a book. Or I could use this for now. Should I use this? I'm trying to think what. No. We're gonna put my book. Okay, I wrote some of this shit down. Let's see how much of this video I actually use. Okay, so basically, what was shown to me? I'm trying to think. We're gonna start with that. Bro, I can't go into that. Oh my god, this is actually what the. Oh shit. Okay, so there's two things I'm supposed to talk about. I didn't really want to, but we're gonna do it anyway. Okay. So, now seeing similarly, body systems, what was shown? I'm gonna start here. Alright, what was shown to me as my body began healing was it started with the organs, right? Because I used to say this thing where if let's say you're losing blood or you're losing whatever, The body is gonna prioritize the organs, it's gonna prioritize the brain, it's gonna prioritize all of that because all of that's keeping you alive. When I started doing this healing and what I need to do for that was required of this, it started with the organs. It started showing me what organs were out of place, what was this, that, and the other, da 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 da. And I want to say one of the first organs I really felt was like the spleen and the type of energy that went with it, right? So the type of energy of the spleen that was shown to me was like overthinking, fear, worry, which makes sense because any person with supercell is gonna operate like that every day. That's just how it goes. They're gonna operate like that every day because it's just like, how can I word this? At any moment you can go into a lot of pain. People don't know what that's like. So yeah, bro, the best way I could explain it to you, bro, go look up. You could chat GPT it, bro. That's what I fucking did afterwards. Look up Asian medicine and how organs and emotions are tied in together and how that affects you. Right? Look that shit up. Then after my organs, it started to show me the meridian system. It showed me the meridian system and how there's this network of like tunnels in the body that allows you to absorb and absorb and discharge, whatever the fucking word is, I don't know. Take in and give out energy. There's the network tunnel in the body for this. So then that started to turn on. I started to be able to feel it. And then after that, it was like, then it just became like energy in general. Like you could just feel energy. You could just feel this, that, and the other. And I started just having fun with that shit. And that's for another day. But what I learned from this is, and what nature was showing me was that it's not supercell. It's the state of the body, which what's happening is it's the same thing. So you see this up here, this is dry. This is showing me that this up here is dry. That's all it's doing. The body's just showing you, right? It's just showing you this up here is dry. That is what's happening with supercell on a really deep layer. The body is saying you're not in the right environment. You were born with the gift for a reason. You're not in the right environment. That's all it's saying. That's it. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's just saying you're not in the right environment. This is like a dolphin being born and not being in water. It just doesn't make any sense. How can I relay the rest of that? It's the same thing with supercell because it's like, if you don't understand why you have what you have, it's gonna be a problem. It's like a monkey being in water or a dolphin being in a tree. It's just not gonna work. So, when I realized this, right, because we have to make it as vague as possible for whatever reason. When I realized this, I shifted an environment, right? Several months ago, I went to a different environment that was calling me to say to go here. While I was there, it was not the same as having like supercell, right? So what I realized is, because you gotta understand, nature is also saying to me at the same time, like, supercell is not a disease. It's y'all's understanding of it that makes you think that it's a disease, but it's not. It's the environment that you're in. That's why all of our ancestors who had supercell were near the river. They were near the river. They were near the Mediterranean Sea. They were near water because their gift coincides with water. When Goku and Vegeta went to go heal, they go into water, right? There's an aspect of this that needs to be understood. Supercell itself, because of whatever reason, nature's telling me not to relate in the way I understand. Let me make sure that's me, actually. Oh, it's fear. All right, so I might as well scrap this whole video then. It's fear. It's fear. Okay. So then I'm just gonna talk about it then. It really is fear. I'm just... Okay. I went into nature where I was called, right? I went into nature, and nature showed me this, that, and the other, right? And how can I word this? I spent a lot of time walking around nature, talking with nature, clearing out my energy, doing this, that, and the other, X, Y, Z. I literally, I'm trying to see where to start, bro. So much happened, it's ridiculous. Damn, I have to make my actual story. I don't know where to start. Maybe I'm supposed to start from the beginning. All right, I'll start from the beginning. I had a call when I was younger, maybe like 7 years ago, to go to a certain area that had a lot of water, had a lot of trees, had a lot of this and the other. And the way I kept getting called there, the situation, the circumstances were always something ridiculous. It'd always be like my tank was on empty and like I didn't know where I was at and I was lost, but I was supposed to keep going forward. It was always along some type of ridiculous like circumstances. And then even when I would get close and then I would leave, like I fucking fail or whatever. And so then I would how do I word this, bro? Damn, like it is fear. Holy shit. I would go. I would like try and go back, right? Like I would be every time this happened, I was away from family, I was away from everybody, and it would be like I would become clear. I would start to feel energy clearly. I would start to be like, wow, this person's affecting me like that. All of that became what is poking me. It all became really, really clear. And make a long story short, I finally eventually went back to what was calling me. I've gone several times, but I would never stay there. I eventually was like, you know, I can't take life the way that it is. I stayed there. Bro, I stayed here, and it was like every day something magical would happen. I'd have a bunch of butterflies land on me, or I would like, talk about that, wow, that is very surprising. I would have a bunch of butterflies land on me, or there was a day where I literally made lightning happen. That shit was wild. I was sitting there like, what stuff? Bro, I was so, like, I was hyped and weirdly, like, struggling with being happy about that. Yeah.
Yo.
You
about to go thrifting?
Nah, I'm good.
Alright. Let me know, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna hit this thrift shopping real quick. I wanna get jeans and shit I can paint all over and shit like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, man. You hungry or something? You ate?
Nah, I haven't eaten. I was gonna eat after I was done.
Yeah, I thought you had left. She told me you had
Yeah, I went for a walk.
Oh, you went for a walk? I thought you had like went somewhere. I thought you hopped in an Uber and did,
Nah.
This nigga exploring the land today. Yeah.
Big fan.
Yeah, we just gonna thrift and then I'm coming back. I'm in the house for the night.
Alright.
I mean, so yup. Alright, brother.
I forgot what I was saying. Right, where I had made that happen, and it was like, it was something I don't know what to try to say. Like, it was something. Wow, actually, no, I'm gonna let this whole video rock because this is the thing of like having supercell, being so afraid, and this, that, and the other. But also, what I'm tying in when it comes to spirituality, and you're like, how can I word it? A lot of spiritual people understand that aspect I talked about before. If you're around the family you grew up with, and I mean the immediate family of like your father, your sibling, your mom, it affects how you perceive reality. So beautiful things started to happen for me, and it was like I didn't have anyone around to say, oh, maybe it was this or maybe it was that. I didn't have anyone to like mud the perception of what I experienced. This happened, and I know it happened. There's no one around to try and convince me that this didn't happen. Because what I'm going to tell you is, when you're alone and you're in your own energy, you're like, your energy starts to flourish and sprout. Your magic starts to sprout. All of it starts to sprout. But what happens is, if you're around certain people, you still might be an individual who it still pops out, but people will try and convince you, oh, no, I know what happened, bro. Right? I didn't have anyone around me at the time to be like, oh, maybe that was just me. No, I literally witnessed it happen, bro. I was on the beach, and I was like, go ahead. A part of me is like, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a little afraid, but whatever. I was on the beach, And I was like, for whatever reason I felt this. I was like, yo, I'm gonna try and make lightning happen. I don't know why. Why did I think about this? Right? I've been in nature, I've been here, that, and the other. So I was like, cool. I literally focused on one area and I was just like I was like, like I was trying. And like my intuition was kind of like guiding me. It was like, all right, keep going. And so I went, and then it was like, all right, let it go. I let it go, and it was like, I don't know how long the time was, but when I let it go, the light, bro, you gotta understand, I was on the ocean, and mind you, it was cloudy, but there was no rain yet. There was no storm, there was no lightning like that. It was still like, there was no lightning in front of it. It's not like it was like, it was not like it was already a rainstorm and lightning was supposed to, no, it was there. So I was like, it was just cloudy, and it was like, I focused, it wasn't there. It was cloudy, I focused in one area. And when I let that shit go, that lightning came in you gotta understand, do you know how wide the ocean perspective is when you're looking? The exact place. That's like if I said, right here, I want this to happen. The exact place that I was like, this, that, and the other, it happened. I was like, I was on the beach running around. I was like, yeah. Yo, I was going hard, bro. I was going in, right? And it was like, it was like phenomenal, bro. Like that was one part of the journey. Another part of the journey, I was somewhere and it was like I was in like this butterfly thing, right? Like this little butterfly like house they be keeping the butterflies trapped and whatnot. And then one of those was like, my intuition was like, don't move yet. And so the butterflies, like I wanted butterflies to land on me, but my butterflies wasn't really landing on people for real. Like you might get one person and landed on, bro. I had like 7 butterflies on me during this time. I'm not going into like full detail, but all the butterflies came and landed on me, and I just was sitting there like, my intuition said it was gonna happen, and it happened, right? So certain things, it was like, I didn't experience this type of stuff when I was around family. I didn't experience this type of stuff, even like, you know what I'm saying? Just that immediate family. I'm like, I had to get away from that shit. And I still want to stay away from that shit, bro. You understand? Like, nature showed me, like, oh, this shit isn't a disease, bro. It's a gift. It's a literal gift. And depending on the environment you're in and where you're at is how the gift is going to show itself. Right? Number one, too, because it showed me. I know this video is all over the place, but I'm going to post it as it is because I don't know what else to, like, do. Like, I'm just at the point where I'm kind of like, I don't care anymore. Like, I don't know what else to do. What was the other thing? What was I saying? Yeah, this makes me really uncomfortable. I was saying I didn't have nobody around, immediate family, my energy was clear. Oh yeah, nature showed me how it's a gift. So nature basically continued to, it basically continued to show me, and it had me do several things. Like it'd be like, all right, spend time at the water. All right, now go spend time around this tree. Now go here in this forest area. Like it like my intuition and like my connection with nature just kept getting stronger every day, where I just was able to know what I was supposed to do. Every time I knew exactly what it is I was supposed to go do, and I would go do it. Whether I would go to the trees, whether I would go to the water, whether I would, walk around barefoot. I just knew every day what it is exactly I was supposed to do because I could hear clearly. I could hear nature clearly and just go do it. And every time I did it, something came from it. And one of the first things was, it started with the organs. It was showing me what organs were carrying certain energy and emotional energy that was out of place. It showed me that. So I literally was like, damn, right? Like I didn't know what to do with this, but I could, I can't say that part, right? But it was showing like, right? Because a lot of people with supercell, they'll say there's something wrong with the spleen, like all the spleen is doing this and the other. But if you go study Asian medicine, they understand that if you walk around with too much fear or worry or this, that, and the other, then it affects your organ, it affects the energy it's carrying, which is then gonna affect your health. So that's one of the first things it was showing me. And I'm like, okay, someone with supercell, this is probably why. When I was younger and I would be running around, I always used to feel this crazy pain on my side, and I never knew what it meant. And I'm like, yo, this is probably like the spleen. You gotta understand, I'm running around scared. I don't think people understand how supercell as a quote unquote disease affects the body. The body gets into a state where you're basically asking like somebody's grandma to go run down the street and grab a bunch of bags and do this and the other. You're putting her body in a state that it's not going to be able to handle it, and we're just ignoring that. That's what a lot of supercell is. So it's showing me like the organs, and I'm like, yo, this fire. Like it showed me the spleen, and so I'm like, cool. But you know, my mind mind you, I can't speak on that. Mind you, right? So I'm out here doing whatever, I can't go to. So the organs, it showed me the spleen, it showed me like the kidney, it showed me all this other stuff. It showed me like the kidneys where I was having this problem where like I couldn't control like quote unquote horniness. Like I'm like, why is that weird? But you have to understand all of this is functions of the body. Hormones literally operate with the nervous system. It operates with these different organs. So I looked it up. Right, mind you, I felt, damn, I don't know how to go into this in the order it happened. It's so much happened at once. Basically, I felt that also side, like it wasn't just a spleen, but it was like that side had like issues. So the same time that I started to feel like my organs, the next thing was like the meridian. I started to be able to feel like the meridian, and like, I don't know how to explain it, but that allowed me to feel certain parts of the body that seemed to be like really out of alignment. And for some reason, it was just like the left side of the body. Like my left side of the body just was weird. Whether it was the spleen, whether it was the kidney that was on the left, whether it was just the left side. And that's how I came into the meridian system. It was showing me. So if the meridian system is this network of tunnels that allows you to have energy, right, allows you to connect with nature and have energy and then it started to show me like, how can I word this? That side's not running right? It was showing me that. It was like, okay, that side's not running right. It needs healing. That happens to be the side of the spleen. That happens to be the side where that specific kidney was operating. So going back to the, struggling with the horny thing, I'm like, what is this? It was like that kidney wasn't working properly kind of thing. And so I looked it up, and it was like, yeah, in Asian medicine, they understand the kidneys help regulate hormones. And I was like, okay, cool. And they were like, what element is it? Because they associated different elements. Like, Avatar, that's everybody has elements. You play with the air, nature. You play with the water, nature. You play with fire, nature. You play with earth, nature, right? So you could do all that. And so they did that with the organs. Each organ can be associated with a different element. And again, everything resonates with everyone differently, but whatever. I don't want to go into that too much. So with the kidney, the left one, it was like, the kidneys are water energy, but it was like the left one is water. I don't know how to word it. They're both water, but that one's mainly water, and then it was like the right one also has like a fire energy to it. That sounds crazy level confusing. The thing with my mind, I could skip unnecessary details. I understand what this shit is doing, how it's affecting me. So basically that right kidney is gonna propel your horny. It's gonna make you horny in the mug. The left one is the cool down. Like, let's keep this cool. You don't need to be feeling like that. This side wasn't working. The cool off wasn't working. So that fire was just, all right, bro, like go whip it out, do this and that. No, I don't want to do that right now. So, right? But as as my meridian system started to open and turn on, I was able to absorb energy and heal a lot of like those organs and how that was running, and that problem with being overly horny started to go away. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You.
Just letting you know we out of here.
Oh, okay.
The Camaro key downstairs if like emergency or anything, you need something, you know what I'm saying? Just an emergency. And what else? I had something else to tell you, but I literally lost it coming up the steps. Can't remember. If I remember, I'll text you. Yep. That's what it was. What size pants are you?
Like small, medium, large?
Jeans type shit.
I don't wear jeans.
Huh?
I don't wear jeans.
Not at all?
No.
I'll make you a pair of jeans.
Damn.
I make simple shits. But when you go out one day, you gonna go out one day, nigga, you gonna need a pair of jeans.
No, I swear to God, I don't wear jeans.
Brand, you know what
I know, that's
rather than these white folk who make these little thing. Look, I'm trying. you know me, fam. You feel me?
No, it's a good.
You know, that's what I said. Shoot me a size on jeans or something. You know what I'm saying? So I can make you some, you know, just sweatpants. I'll make you some sweatpants.
That's what I was gonna say. If it could be, if you see like cargos or like.
That's what I'm trying. That's what.
But I can't wear jeans though.
I got you.
If it's like sweats or like cargos.
I'm looking for some cargos. But this cargo's still gonna give me jean sizes, right? Like 32, 30s and shit like that. You know what I mean?
If anything, I'd say like a 32.
Right. I'm like 32, 30. So you can't be much too far off from me.
Nah, I think it's 32. That's the last thing I remember.
Yeah.
And if it's like small, medium, large, for pants, I would go with large.
Gotcha. Alright. Gotcha. We be back. We literally just going over there. We come right back. I've been wanting to thrift like a motherfucker, man. They got these $1 bin deals. Fucking $1 for like for any article of clothing, motherfucker.
Damn.
Nice shit. Maybe have some like real nice shit too. Like this. You know me. I want to paint on everything any goddamn way. So it don't make a difference to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you, cuz
what was I? Okay, right, so the meridian, that's what I was going into. That's perfect, actually. The meridian, it was allowing me to like feel the energy of the things around me, right? And then being around the right tree, you could have certain connection with trees, you have certain connection with lakes, rivers, all type shit. You could actually absorb energy from these things. And what it started to show me was, okay, that pain that I was feeling at the spleen, gone. The shit was gone because I regulated it, right? Now, here's where the gift of supercell comes in. The gift of supercell is we're literally absorbing all of the energy in our environment. If you go into science and medical, you understand the cells have the ability, and other aspects of the body have this ability, but it has the ability to download information of whatever's going on around it. Whether it's just furniture, whether it's people, whether it's energy that's been here, whether it's energy that's gonna be here. It has the ability to do all that. Supercell quite literally takes it to another level. So you're constantly in a state where you're absorbing this, that, and the fucking other, right? So another part of it was also showing me some of the energy in your spleen wasn't even your energy. It's your parents' energy. Your parents had to raise a child that the hospital saying we don't know what to do with his disease, right? So it was things like this that like I realized, okay, I had to get away from family. Yeah, it's gonna be a super long video. I had to get away from family, bro. I had to get away from the immediate family I grew up in, because you gotta understand they're carrying energy from their experiences from when we were growing up, and no one had any idea or clue as to what they were doing. No one's cleansed this. No one's done this, done the other. If I over here have this super gift that's allowing me to absorb all this energy, I'm absorbing the fear that they're not gonna speak out loud of when they gotta go to the hospital and watch their son laying here and they don't really know what to do other than let's go get the bag, so at least we, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'll put this here actually to resonate. So like, when I get on Instagram or like I'm like flaming my family and this and the other, like, bro, that's years of not ever been able to speak my truth, bro. Y'all niggas, when y'all was teenagers and going to college, you understand Supercell doesn't even let you like finish developing, right? Your development is so delayed, it's insane, right? So y'all had y'all fallouts with y'all parents. Y'all had that like teenager rebellion. No, I didn't have that, bro. I had to just being quiet. I couldn't even process half the shit I was experiencing. So it was like, okay, whatever. Going back, was absorbing this energy, bro. I healed the energy of my spleen so fast, I forgot it was even a thing. I literally forgot it was even a thing. Because it's that easy. It's that easy because our gift is that strong, because I got away from everybody and I got in nature. Oh, I just had to remove this. That was it. It was simple as, I don't want to say surgery, but it was simple as like, oh, okay, spend some time in nature, it's gone. The only thing is you can't really go back unless you get strong enough to where your energy stabilized. But I'm going to go deeper into that in the video. So, right, started working easy. And showed me the kidney thing. Okay, that was also easy. That also showed me I was absorbing the energy of the people's kidneys around me. It's not even me, bro. So what's happening is with supercell is we're absorbing a lot of the people's energy around us, right? Not only that, we're not in the right environments. So what's happening is our body is trying to adjust in the environments, absorbing the energy of everyone around it, is doing all type of ridiculousness, and it's putting the body in a really weak state that is almost like stuck in. But we're so strong, all we have to do is be in the right environment, and this shit starts to go the opposite way. So however bad, quote unquote, you thought supercell was with your experience, if you're in the right environment, the pendulum shifts to the other side, to where like it's really that amazing that it can be that way, right? Spiritually, I think these concepts are a little bit too much, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. Yeah, I'd have to draw that shit. So supercell, organs, meridian system, right? So you can do that. And what I started to realize, so I kept healing. It was the organs, it was the meridian system. Then it started to heal different systems of the body, right? I was able to sense which which system of the body was healing. I could feel all of it, and I was like, yo, this is quite literally what we need to do. And then so I was doing this, and nature was kind of showing me like, okay. And it was kind of like, it made me wonder, like, so is supercell gonna go away? I had asked my intuition a long time ago, is supercell gonna go away? And it said no. It literally said no. It literally said it's not gonna go away. And I realized why it said that now, because it's the gift. That's probably what's allowing me to do what I've been doing, right? Like, that is what's been allowing me to do what I'm doing. It's the gift. It's the fact that I can just go in nature and start talking to the trees. I can connect with the ocean. I can connect with it. That's the gift itself. That's why our people were rich, bro. That, I'm telling you, that's the cheat thing they put in there. Oh yeah, y'all got this by being near the water and the mosquitoes. No, most likely, not even most likely, our people are naturally supposed to be there. And because we stopped being there, because everyone is scattered around now, our bodies became sick, because we haven't been governing our own society. We haven't been governing our own spiritual connection. We haven't been governing any of that shit. We just been doing random shit in society and this, that, and the other. We not living like how our ancestors was living. So they said, oh yeah, you know, it's from the mosquitoes and this, that, and I don't believe that shit in the slightest, dog. I didn't believe it as a child. Bro, there's two things that stood out to me as a child with supercell. When I was a child, I always said supercell was a superpower. I always said that. I've always said it. Supercell, but I didn't know how to prove it. I didn't even know how it made sense, but I just knew it. It's a gift. It's like called clairsentience. It's called literally clairsentience, just knowing shit, and you don't know why. You just knew. I always said that. That, when I was told, always sickle cell, so that never stood right with me as a kid. Second thing is, that didn't say, when they was like, oh, it comes from malaria and mosquitoes, I got the same feeling like that's bullshit. Like, I knew as a kid it was bullshit. I just didn't know why. I didn't know how. I didn't even question this too much. It just always sat in my energy. Like, this bullshit. This is not what the fuck. Like, no, malaria and mosquitoes. I'm like, not even on some, you know, you hear some shit in logic, like, what? I felt, I'm like, I don't feel right. So basically what they did was, oh yeah, no, like, it's because of the mosquitoes. Don't go back to this area. That's the trick. It's a trick, bro. It's like, don't go back to this area. Don't go do this, that, and the other. That's all it is, bro. People with supercell are supposed to be in environments that have a lot of water in it, with a lot of nature. That's where you're supposed to be. Not stuck in buildings, not in cold-ass New Jersey where it's dry as fuck. Like, you're supposed to be in specific areas, right? So what I started to learn as I kept healing, I started to realize my body was getting stronger. Then it started to show me, oh my God, what was happening was the body was basically eating itself to survive. The body was basically, okay, the body's basic, for example, the body would pull energy from the muscles. The body would pull energy from the tendons. The body would pull energy from the bones. That's why a lot of people supercellular, we look fine, but under the surface, bro, a lot of us are very weak. I'm not gonna, like, we're super strong because we carry the warrior mentality of like, we don't have any other way but to push forward. So in hindsight, it did make us strong, but a lot of us have been really weak under the surface and we're just used to hiding it. I used to tell people, bro, if I go run down the street right now, you're gonna have to take me to the hospital. And it sounds crazy unless I go do it. And now you're like, what the fuck, bro? I'm telling you, I wanted to do a thing where I was gonna make a series. I don't think I could do it now just because I've healed so much, but I might able to, but whatever. Where I was like, yo, I could just run down the street and now we're gonna go to the hospital and I want you to record the whole thing. I want you to record this entire experience. All I did was run down the street. I run down the street, this is gonna happen, da 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 da. You're gonna record taking me to the hospital. You're gonna record my entire experience in the hospital. I'm gonna point out everything that's wrong with this shit. I'm gonna point out this, that, and the other. And we're gonna record this shit so that you know. Right? That's really what I wanted to do. That's always what I wanted to do, but it never resonated, so I didn't go through it. If it don't resonate, I've learned to just, you gotta listen to that shit. So, what was the other thing? So it was healing that, and so I started to realize what happened was my body no longer needed to feast on itself to stay alive, but I still have supercells. So it made that connection of, okay, there's a separate connection between, how can I word this? Supercell and what the body is experiencing, right? Because we think it's supercell, like, oh, the body's experiencing. No, like there's a separation there. There's a separation where it's, imagine if you had something strong. Imagine if you had something strong enough that would make your body strong, right? It would reverse all of this your body needing to pull on the muscles, on the bones, on the tendons, the organs to stay alive. Imagine it didn't have to do that, but you still have supercell, right? You have to question that moment, if this cures you, whatever, does supercell go away or does it not go away? Does this genetic trait go away? No, it's not going away. And here's how I know, like, in my opinion, and this is me being ignorant, I'm gonna be honest. I think the what's that shit called? I think the surgery shit is bullshit. I'm not gonna hold you. I could be wrong. And here's why I say this, because how nature showed me. Nature showed me I was healing myself in a way that goes to show, even if you got the like cure, there's no way that you would immediately feel good. It just doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't make any sense. And I'll explain to you why it doesn't make any sense. Your body still has to heal from the experience that it went through with supercell. You think just this random surgery to change your genes just makes it heal overnight? No, that doesn't make any sense. So I don't trust that shit. I don't trust that shit at all. So I look at it as my body started to do this, it started to show me, okay, well, what your body had to experience with supercell was so severe, you actually need to spend time, the same way someone whose bone breaks has to spend time in a healing facility, sanctuary, oasis, whatever you want to call it, and spend a certain amount of time just focused on healing. That is what you have to do, right? And that's the point of like, okay, you know, what else it is. And now from there, you can kind of just build your energy up. But understand you're still going to have supercell, but not as you remember it being supercell. It's not going to be, oh, we're so used to perceiving supercells. That's why the pain, and no, it's like that because the body is weak as fuck, because no one has known how to actually nurture and take care of this gift. You don't take care of a flower properly, the shit gonna fucking start dying. Like that's how it fucking works. And yeah, man, it's a lot of things, bro. Like, you have to change your environment. You need to get away from your parents. And depending on their energy, it might be different. I would say 99% of people with supercell would probably have to get away from their parents. Getting away from your parents, getting in the right environment, living properly, meaning how you eat, the water you drink, or are you sitting in the AC all day? You know what I'm saying? All these different things have to be taken into whatever it's called. And I get these things now. Now it's just applying it and being able to apply it properly. That's literally it, bro. That's literally like, you know. So I looked at it and I understand it's through water, bro. I understood why it was through water. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm kind of struggling with talking about this right now because I'm not sure like what my intuition is pushing me for versus like what's fear, and I can't tell. Bro, in my head, I really just want to go prove it's not a theory, bro. I experienced this shit, but I know I need more time to sit and focus on the healing. But I don't know what's fear and what's not fear because I don't like being a public figure. I really don't. I don't want to be, but they keep telling me I have to be. So I'm kind of on some like, sure, whatever. Supercell tears, supercell DNA. I went into the thalassemia community and I tried to say like it's a gift, but they kicked me out of the fucking community. But again, thalassemia, right? So how can I explain this? Thalassemia is to me is another gift, right? The same way supercell is a gift, thalassemia is another gift. It's the same type of gift. You need to be near water. It's the same type of gift. You just need to be near water. But they weren't ready to hear that. That's why my thing, like, even this to me, I'm like, yo, what's the point? Why not just do this and prove to niggas? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the point? If I prove to it, you can't say nothing. And if you sit here, oh, I'm crazy, okay, then don't take the healing. Like, that's on you. But if I can prove to you this, that, and the other, then at that point, it's really your opinion. Like, at that point, if you want to sit in that, that's cool, bro. That's what you're choosing. I'm cool on that. But this shit could help a lot of people. Taking care of what was showing supercell being supercell and thalassemia are spiritual gifts, but you quite literally have to change your entire life and fucking everything for it to sprout that way. That's basically what you're saying. Again, bro, I feel like I've said a lot of this shit already. It's like being Jean Grey. Jean Grey without actual control over her powers or awareness that she has powers is a fucking, like, extinction level lunatic. And I genuinely think, like, that's why there's no help for supercell. People don't even consider supercell being probably one of the most severe diseases there are. We're so strong and well at hiding it that, like, people don't even realize that we be fucked up. That's how strong we are. And I keep telling you, supercell and thalassemia are not by accident. They're not diseases. They're gifts. Certain people in the tribe are born with certain gifts, right? They show that Avatar, The Last Airbender. Look at Katara and look at Sokka. Katara was born with the gift of bending. Sokka was not. Right? Why is that? Katara has a certain purpose in the, how can I word it? Katara has a certain purpose in the tribe, right? They lived in tribes. She had a certain purpose in tribes. She could be a warrior or a healer. If you have supercell, you're both. You're a warrior and a healer and all types of other shit. You're both. I finally realized this is why I couldn't figure out why supercell exists, is because it's directly related spiritually. This is the best way I can word it. We're all in a village. This person in the village, they might be the head of the council. You have all the different council members. You have the elders, who are the oldest people, who are the wisest. They have experiences. You have the warriors who protect the village. You have the fishers and the farmers and all that. You have the teachers. You have all this, but it's a giant village. Then if you go on Osha, you have certain people who had gifts and abilities. You can call it superpowers. You could call it bending. You could call it shamans. You call all type of shit. And they had a certain duty and connection spiritually where they were supposed to help guide the village. They were supposed to help do this, that, and the other. That's what a lot of supercell is. We're specific people that are supposed to have specific roles in the village, but like our role is like some other shit. It's like some like, it's like bro, I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't say like we're head of village. We could be head of village, or we could be a warrior, or we could just be like, we could really be whatever. We're like the perfect Swiss Army knife kind of thing, but like, we're like Superman of the fucking, and I think this is why they pay this quote unquote disease no mind. But in my opinion, I think we're like Superman. I do. I think it's that strong. And again, watch, what is that shit called? Flashpoint Paradox. Supercell had no idea who he was. He was stripped of everything. He had no idea who he was. And because of that, I'm gonna just pull it up. I'm sitting here like I'm on my laptop here. Flashpoint here. I'm just getting like over this shit. And I'm hungry. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna eat after this. I don't care what the fuck I gotta eat. I'm just over it. Flashpoint Paradox. This nigga Superman was on some other shit. He was on some other shit, bro. He didn't know. He had no recollection of who he was. Not only did he have no recollection, but his environment that he was forced to be in was not conducive to him at all. People who know Superman is as strong as he is because of the time, because he has the ability to absorb the energy from the sun. Where can I watch this? I'm not paying for it. No, bitch, what is that? Oh, God, fucking dumbass advertising, bitch. I don't care, nigga, damn. You're not getting personalized, sir. Okay, bitch. Get this shit out of here, nigga. What the fuck? I don't care. Get this shit off my screen. Stupid shit, nigga. Alright, we're gonna try YouTube. I'm just getting to a point where I'm just starting not to care. I am. Because it's so, I finally figured out the most ridiculous part, and now it's so simple. Paradox. Superman. See, they already know. Jewish Superman? Okay. Alright, yeah, we found it. I can't turn this fucking shit around. I have headphones in. Bro, I need to eat.
Thanks, Senator Foreman. Tell him to keep delivering Trump's agenda.
Okay, look how they have Superman, nigga. Look at this nigga. Look at this nigga.
Sir, are you okay?
Look at him. That's Superman, dog.
Is that Clark? This is the most powerful being on the planet?
Help me. Oh, easy there, friend. Everything's gonna be fine now.
Friend? That's right. Cyborg here is your friend. I'm your friend too.
That nigga said friends. What is that? Look at him, nigga. Look at him. He look crazy, bro. Look at this nigga. That's Superman. That's Superman, bro. Look at him. Nigga look frail, brittle. He looks stupid. Look at him. You understand? Because what did they do? They stripped Superman of knowledge of... I sound like a conscious nigga. They stripped Superman of knowing anything about his past, of anything about his people. I can't think what's this. I don't know why that's given mine. They're specific. His heritage. He don't know shit about his heritage. If he knew his heritage, he knew certain people were born with certain gifts, that they're supposed to do certain things in village. We are born with certain roles and purposes in the village that we're supposed to be in, but none of us are living this way anymore.
Keep telling yourself that.
And the time to come back to it is coming. It's basically here, but we need to figure it out. Nigga, say that one more time.
He'd be safer. Keep telling yourself that.
This must be some kind of mistake. A rogue division of the government.
Keep telling yourself that. We should have left him where he was.
Oh, hold on. Nah, we're gonna point
Division
that.
of the government.
Keep telling yourself that.
Keep telling yourself that, right? You got people who come along and say, oh, you're crazy. You're to keep telling yourself that.
We should have left him where he was.
We should have left him where he was.
needs the sun.
He'd be safer.
Don't
The
know if he
only
does.
nigga who knows what he's talking about is Flash. He needs the sun. Look at that's Superman, dog.
Most humans aren't like that.
They stripped this nigga of his heritage, and then they put him in an environment, bricks in the background, we're just gonna point that out. They stripped him of his heritage and put him in an environment where he couldn't reach the sun. Superman belongs in the sun because the sun charges him, powers up. This is Superman without the sun. A controlled ass nigga.
Worse. No, people are good. In fact, some of them risk their lives for the greater good. They're called heroes.
Heroes?
Wait, Superman like what? Look.
Good. They're
Right.
called heroes.
Hero?
That's the face you start making when your purpose start revealing itself to you. A hero? A hero? You be like, what? You start having the Popeyes, nigga. What?
Don't worry, friend. Everything's gonna be okay.
I thought heroes never lied.
Right? The hyper skeptical nigga, right? Batman, or that's whatever. Batman in this movie, because that's Batman's dad, and it's how if history went different kind of shit. He all skeptical because all he is known. Damn, look at that actually. All he's known has been being in the dark, right? He knows what the world is like, and so he's become like nullified. Like he's just used to it. He's dull to the shit. Like, oh, this is a mistake, da da da, because it doesn't look that way, or da da da. And you got the black and you got the white. This nigga's supposed to be like in the light, in the dark kind of thing, but whatever. Right. The nigga walks out into the sun. Right? Damn, they done showed up like, oh, got this nigga. He not going nowhere. Fuck out of here.
They were using this man as a lab rat.
I don't think they care, Vic.
I don't think they care, Vic.
So beautiful.
So beautiful. Look at that nigga.
I have direct orders from the President of the United States.
All right, let's get to it.
No!
Yeah, maybe.
No!
Let's get this. Right, we don't watch all this. Look at this nigga. They shot, hold on. Right? Look at that. After being in the sun for 15 seconds, this nigga caught a missile. Being in the sun 15 seconds, he caught a fucking missile, dog. What? He caught a fucking missile, bro. And then the missile blew up. We eat those. Friends. Whoa. The nigga is now levitating. He's flying. Bullets don't hurt me. Nigga, because he's the strongest motherfucker. And because he don't know shit, nigga vaporized niggas after being in the sun for like 30 seconds. The second he realized his heritage, all his powers then came on the line. He then walked into the sun and he done healed himself. That's literally how fast this shit starts to kick in. But again, I also want to say it's not necessarily going to be like, oh, let's go to the water for 30 seconds. Everything's going to be, it's not going to work that way. It's a lot more complex, but I understand how it works. Vaporizing. But what happens if Flash never came along and said, yo, this is your real heritage. This is who you truly are. That's why, like, these are genetic gifts. We just haven't known anything. And then, right, again, this goes back into my point. If we don't know how to control the gifts, you just gonna start vaporizing niggas. Right? Like, that's what the shit is. You just gonna start doing X, Y, and Z. That's what the fuck that is. Right? And I'm not saying take everything literally. I'm just saying understand these on concept levels of, like, nigga, we are like Superman. We are certain people who have been born into the village with specific gifts. There's no other way that I can word that to you. We were born into the village with specific gifts. And because we don't know how the gifts work or how they operate or how things are supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? It's the same thing as white people that can't be in the sun. Black people don't want to be in the cold, right? Like, it's that type of shit in the sense of, like, we need to be in certain areas. We need to be in certain areas and have villages there and be doing X, Y, and Z. We have certain purposes. That's quite literally it. We have certain purposes and we're supposed to do certain things. And I have actually finally mapped out how to basically do exactly what I need to do. Literally. Do you understand how amazing that is, bro? I understand I've been waiting for this for so long to actually understand what's going on. I used to always say this. People, oh, let's try and get rid of your sickle cell. I'm like, why doesn't this work? Or why doesn't this feel right? Or even when it is working, why does it fall apart? And someone will understand, Bobby Hemmett. If that's not what your ancestors doing, they gonna find a way to fuck that shit up. It's very simple. It doesn't matter. And then I went in nature like, let me go figure this out for myself. Let me stop listening to this person. Let me figure this shit out. And what happened? Oh, nature confirmed everything I thought as a child. One, this shit is a superpower, it's a super gift. And then on top of that, now I know how to fucking regulate it so the body's not in that state anymore. So what if I get your body into a state where you don't even feel like you have super cells? Because that's how I was feeling. I was like, yo, I don't feel like I have shit, right? But I tell you, you have super cell, bro. But this is the gift. This is what it allows you to do. And da, 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 da. It would be like it would be like the Matrix. When he first shows Neo, like, all right, this is bullshit. That's this life altering. Like he shows that nigga, or when he has to take the pill, he's like, you can't go back, bro. You literally can't go back after that. You can't. I am about to order some food though. I'm like super hungry. I want to leave this here, so I'll be right back. I know I'm wilding right now. So I'm so hungry, and when I get hungry to this degree, I'm eating whatever the fuck I can find. Bro. So, here's the thing. Is that it? This is how TS ancestry does. Yeah. I will. We have certain gifts. If you have to tell, it's a gift. Is there more for me to talk about? It's a gift. Am I supposed to go into that? No. Sometimes I wish I could just show the shit on camera, bro. If I could just like go into like, oh yeah, look at that. Da 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 da. Alright. Let's see if we can actually fucking get this shit on camera. Nigga, nah. You ain't gonna tell me that shit was moving before I put... me stop it. Nigga, you're not gonna sit here and the shit not moving no more. And then we're gonna stop. And so, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna break the fourth wall. Nigga, if you made it this far in the video, bitch, you got to see some superpowers. Right? Like, that's how I'm feeling at this point. That's how the fuck I'm feeling at this point. You have to do certain things a certain way. That's why nature sent me, you go. That's why nature sent me a certain place. Because this allows me to now talk about this how I want to talk about it, how it resonates with me. I don't have to go anywhere and say nobody did this for me and da-da-da-da-da. Because every person that tried to help me, bro, it was the same answer. Nature said, come here, and then nature showed me everything and how to do it naturally. Nigga, I'm in here, right? So that's part of what I mean, bro. You get a connection with nature, you get a connection with the earth, and it starts showing you could do certain things. Oh, I could talk about everything. Yo, it showed me when I first went to like the jungle area that was the forest that I was talking about, bro, I was able to play with the wind. The wind. I was able to play with the wind. When I first got there, I started getting visions of like, yo, this place has slaves in it. I could tell this place has slaves in it. And not even just slaves, but like there was a massacre here. I could see visions of that. And because I was connected and everything, the tree was like, yo, come over here. Like, just put your hand on me real quick. I did that, and I saw the same shit. And I was like, oh, shit, these were the visions that I was having. And then it was like, all right, look it up. I swear to you, my energy was like, look it up. Right? Because it's all connected. I'm the tree. I'm the universe. I'm the earth. I'm the ocean. We're not separate from none of this shit, bro. It's part of us. Right? So, go ahead. I look it up. The place was a major place for that. And I was like, okay, it explains. I knew that, right? So there's a part of me is like, do it again. So here's what I mean. The thing with Supercell, you're gonna see a lot of people start to come out with this now, and it's a lot of people doing it. The thing with Supercell is we're like the naturally born demigod of that shit. That's just how we are. But it's not just because, oh, you know, we just, oh my God, I think I just peeped it. It's not just, no, we're going to go to that. I think I just peeped it. I think you have to be consciously aware to be able to tap into it. Because everyone in reality seems to ignore Supercell. They don't give a fuck about it. They don't care. They don't anything. I've gone to so many people, whether it's family, friends, anyone. No one gives a fuck. I'm gonna just be honest with you. No one cares, but I think it's designed that way. You have to I understand this on some like this spiritual plane is like a fucking game. It's like some other shit, and it's meant to do certain things. Like, I don't know how to explain it to you. It's knowing that all of this shit is destined. All these things are intertwined. They're connected. The same way Aang touches the tree in the lake, in the swamp episode, and he sees, you know, there's trouble here, or there's this, that, and the other, or, you know, whatever Aang saw when he touched it. He saw shit that was mad far away. That's the type of shit that they done showed me, right? So when I say they, I say nature, I say my ancestors, I say my benevolent angel, like these kind of things. That shit resonates with me, right? That's why when I say they, that's what I'm referring to. My ancestors, that's what's showing me this, that, and the other. My intuition that I'm all a part of. You understand? We are the ancestor now. We're the living ancestor now. Right? So, back to what I was saying. Like, you have to consciously, Supercell has a purpose that comes along with it. You have to consciously choose that purpose, right? Everything in reality is going to ignore you so that you can choose that purpose, which is going to show you your power, so that you can use it for the village. It's not to just, oh, look, I made the tree jump and I made the tree dance and right? It's not for that. It's for the fact that, one, we can go and help heal a bunch of people. We can go and get back into our villages and be doing X, Y, and Z and living one with nature as we were always meant to and how we used to before niggas started doing da-da-da-da-da-da-da-das, right? That's what the fuck this shit is for. You have to do it with a purpose. It has to have a purpose. So if you don't have no purpose, or you're not looking to do that, or I don't know how that works for you. I don't. I just know nature called me to do this. I answered it after whoever knows how long, and then I started being able to do this XYZ. Made fucking lightning happen on the fucking beach. I was playing with the wind and had a bunch of butterflies land on me. All type of shit started happening, bro. All type of shit. It was amazing. I am about to order food. Do I need to? All right, you're good. I don't need to order food. I'm hungry, my nigga. Like, I'm hungry as fuck. And see, here's my thing is like, I'm the person, like, 'cause I know I've seen myself several times eating junk food on camera. I'm not here to hide it. I'm not here to act perfect. I'm not here to do none of it. Whoa, what the fuck is this? I'm not here to do none of that shit, bro. I'm here to keep it a being with you. You know why I eat like that sometimes? Because, like, bro, trying to stay on top of this, understanding my purpose, trying to cook and do all that stuff, bro, you have to be in the right environment. Right environment, under the right conditions and terms, which is everything I'm talking about, it works. It is actually very easy. It's very easy. I experienced a piece of it to where what I was doing made the environment 80% congruent. Like, I go off congruency. Congruency is basically just, if God told Moses to go talk to Pharaoh and Moses went to go talk to Pharaoh, that's congruent. But if Moses decided, well, I'm not going to do that, I'm not going to do it how God said to do it, then that's not congruent. I'm going to do it. It might be a little congruent, but it's not going to be 100% congruent. You want to do exactly the shit as how it resonates on the highest level that you can feel. I'm kind of wilding with this. Oh, we're going here. I have to eat, my nigga. And it's like, it has to be in the proper environment where it doesn't work. Just keep fucking saying that shit. I've tried it. You know what nature told me? I kept saying this, but you have to be in the right environment. And so, yes. And so I left the environment and nature just showed me the same shit. I was like, why can't I just go home and do it? And it was like, no, it doesn't resonate that way. You're basically wasting your time trying to do that. And it proved it to me. And it was like, oh yeah, you were right all along. So again, I'm not doubting myself anymore. I might get mad. I might, start spazzing and saying, yo, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? You can't pay with this up here? Oh, you can pay with this up here. Yes. I'm hungry, my nigga. Sometimes I like double. They're doing too much, bro. Just let me order the food. Sometimes I try so hard to like be on the good side of like nature and the creator, this, that, and the other. So I'm not gonna hold you up ordering pizza right now. I'm hungry, my nigga. Like, there's nothing healthy around here. Literally, there's nothing healthy around here. Not only that, here's what I mean. For example, yes, you can go into it. You need, let me not say need, let's reword that. Being in the right place will allow you to consistently do what you need to do every day. The issue with supercell, and I tried to show this in another video, is you're healing the body. You're healing the body. The body is the foundation of the chakra system. As long as your body is in such a severe state, you trying to heal it in the wrong environment is like trying to walk up the steepest hill known to man. Like, you're damn near wasting your time. Because say you were trying to walk up the hill, it's like trying to walk up Mount Everest. You're trying to walk up Mount Everest and you're not prepared. And you're not gonna find random clothes at the top of the mountain. It doesn't fucking work that way, right? But if you're in the right environment, it can be like walking on a street that has no slope on it. Or some environments might require a slope to make you stronger. Some environments might require a slope that goes downwards. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's congruent. But if you don't like have the congruent environment, you're working against yourself. And now I can prove it with science. As I was absorbing energy, because at some point I got sick and I had to go back home. As you're absorbing the environment, right? As you're absorbing the environment, if you're not in the right environment, how can I word it? If you're in an environment that allows you to absorb nature, but then you're also around people and things you're not supposed to be around, you're gonna absorb both.
And their energy is going to get in the way of your ability to heal. It's actually going to block, because what I've realized now is I know how to get in nature and connect with my own spirit and soul. I know how to do that. What happens if you go around other people, you kind of start to absorb their shit, which blocks your connection with yourself. And it makes the healing, you can't complete the healing. That's what I'm trying to say. So I was like, oh, if I spend enough time away in the right environment for exactly the amount of time I know, because nature already told me, bro, healing this shit is easy as fuck. It's easy, bro. Right? So when I was sitting there playing with the tree, like, bro, that's cool, but I'm realizing, like, I've had a little kid mind power rings, bro. I want to play with the tree. I want to do telekinesis. I want to do all this other shit. Nigga, you need to be focused on healing that body. You trying to do all this other shit, nigga, focus on that. And I realized, like, that's part of my purpose. It's a conscious thing. That's what I was saying before. You have to consciously acknowledge that having sickle cell and thalassemia is a part of your ancestry. It's a part of your heritage. It's a part of your divine purpose on this planet. If you don't, that's what we're seeing in everyone else. We're not consciously acknowledging our purpose, why we have this. So what's happening is everything else is not acknowledging us. They're literally ignoring us on a soul level, because that's what they're guided to do. That's why so often you go into the super segment, oh, these niggas don't care. This, they don't give a fuck about. Yes, because their soul is saying you don't care. You're not figuring out what your heritage is. You're blinded by your heritage. That's the type of conditions that comes along with it. That's why it's all of us experiencing that shit, where it almost seems like our family don't give a fuck. They're they're also not equipped. You'll learn this, right? Because I'm gonna get into a place where I'm gonna fucking show people that I don't give a fuck. You get into a place where you start to realize, right? I talked about the meridian system. Sometimes it's how your energy is running. Your addiction to junk food, right? So for example, you just see me eating Cheetos. I just ordered pizza. Do you know why that is? It's how my energy is running. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like the environment I'm in is congruent for where I wanna be health-wise, right? It's not. This is my house. It's cold in here. The window that has no screen, so when I open it, whatever type of thing could just fly in here, right? It's a lot of shit. And you know, like, to have to constantly go somewhere and say to someone, like, oh, can things be this way and this way and this way and this way and this way? Like, it rubs you wrong, you know? Even though it should be okay, right? Because I'm not saying, like, nobody's been against anything, right? Anything, like, their hospitality has been amazing. I'm talking about if I gotta go to here, if I gotta go to this person, if I gotta go to this person, if I'm spending time out here, like, normal activities become complicated because you have so much shit you have to cover. Air conditioning. Do you have too many clothes on? Now your body can't breathe. Is the window open? Are you near water? Bro, are you eating healthy? Is everything you're eating cooked? Are you the one cooking it, making sure it's cooked right? Bro, there's so much shit you have to cover. It's ridiculous. And the only thing I'm looking at, bro, I know exactly where I need to be. Give me the fucking money and I will fucking do this shit and I will prove this shit, bro. I swear to God, I will prove this shit, bro, because I'm tired of this, bro. Life without, like doing this shit, what's the point? No, keep it being. What the fuck is the real point? There is no fucking point, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's no point. That's why so many things and people seem to ignore. That's why shit seems to be so hard, because we supposed to be doing this. We have certain purposes and roles in the village as people with this genetic trait. That's what it's for. You over here trying to play with telekinesis and you done figured out how to heal niggas. I mean, you can always do both, but you know what I'm saying? Like, that's basically where I'm at with it. That is where I'm at with it. Like, you know? And I also put this out here because it's like high key, bro. Like, we're supposed to go to the elders, bro. The elders are the people that are like, okay, this young person has potential. This young person is prodigious. This young person has this, that, and the other going on. What does this person need? Resource-wise, tool-wise, how do we set this up so this person can continue this practice? Because however far that person takes what the creator and nature is showing them is going to benefit the entire village, is going to benefit all of us. But I had to remember, right, and I was reminded when I was talking to my cousin who you hear earlier in the video, like we still got to be in the real world, in the sense of, like, black people ain't on that type of timing yet. We ain't on that like, yo, I could do this and da-da-da-da-da, so let's support that and do this. And like, we're not on that type of timing yet. We're not, if I'm being honest, we're not. I think it's happening, but I don't know how Supercell relies in that. Like, spirituality is starting to become cool, which is awesome. I'm 100% down with that. It's just how, like, I'm understanding, it's not even about merging the two, bro. Supercell is a spiritual gift. It's a spiritual gift. There were certain people who, it's basically the Avatar last airbender. That nigga was destined before birth to be the Avatar. It comes with responsibility. It comes with, damn, that's wild. That's wild, right? So, I'm gonna make this video super long, but that is what this is, bro. That's what this is, bro. I figured it out. And now I know how to heal the body in the sense of, like, I can get this regulated. Like, you're still gonna have Supercell, but it's not gonna be the crises and the pain and what we've been conditioned to think that Supercell is. That's what Supercell is, bro. It's not. It's not at all, bro. The hospital is designed to be poisonous. You have thousands of sick people around each other with medicine that's not strong enough, and we're all absorbing their energy, bro. Not only that, the hospital has air conditioning. The hospital has niggas not even sleeping in their own rooms. The hospital is insane. You can barely open the window. It's freezing, bro. The hospital is not designed to fucking have you living right and how you're supposed to be one with the creator. With him. When I say creator, I mean nature. My soul, my spirit, my intuition, my ancestor. The creator is all of that. So when I say the creator, I mean everything that we're supposed to truly be aligned with. It don't, you know what I'm saying? It don't. It just, no, it's not. Damn, maybe I need to let go. I might need to smoke some weed. Because if I smoke weed, I'll really be preaching. But I need the proper, I don't want to say I have the proper space to preach in, because if not, I'm going to just be bothering people. I just already know that. Maybe I need to do that. I need to spit that shit. Yo, that's crazy, bro. I just put the, like, I really am supposed to do that shit. But yo, bro, I'm telling you, like, my nigga, that's what this shit is. I don't care how much, I don't care how healthy you eat. I don't care how much oxygen you trying to breathe in. I don't give a fuck about no medicine you got, bro. If you still having crises, man, no. There's no amount of anything that's going to do that shit. I've come to that conclusion. The closest thing I would say is herbs. If you take a certain amount of herbs, and even that I don't think is enough, because you're not taking herbs to what you call Supercell. In my opinion, you're taking herbs to help with the body and what it's having to experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're doing that. So my thing now is just where else am I supposed to? Supercell tears, Supercell DNA ancestry, thalassemia similarity, the body systems. We need to study the body systems, bro. Now I'll tell you what happened with me. And mind you, with what I'm working on right now, I don't think everyone's healing process is gonna be the same. It's just not. It's like rolling dice and expecting to get the same. It's just not how it works. Some things are gonna be similar. Some people are gonna have different experiences. But you just gotta look at the body systems, bro, and learn more about health science, because like, we don't even know. When someone's dying, the body takes the energy from the legs. It takes energy from everywhere else but the organs. That's why our body systems are fucked up. That's what it is, bro. When I started healing, nature basically revealed to me that my body systems were fucked up. The muscles were weak. The cells had this, that, and the other going on. The bones had this, that, and the other going on. The nerves had this, that, and the other going on. Bro, I went down the whole shit. I went down my whole shit. And I just looked at the end, like, bro, I unlocked the ability that allowed me to see in my mind's eye what was going on with my body. And when I went into all the systems were like the way they were. And as I was practicing what nature showed me, like, I don't want to say slowly, but I was starting to see the energy just clear and heal. And I didn't even feel like I had a Supercell as we perceived. I didn't even feel that way no more. The only difference was nature said to me, I could speak on all of this now, wow. Nature basically said to me, hold on, the thought. Nature basically said to me, you need to go and be in a specific, this needs to be done a specific way for you to fully heal. That's basically what nature said. But nature showed me the tools and what to do. All I have to do now is get into this situation and I can heal. And it'll be proven because I'll be the walking thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be that simple. So, what was the other thing I was gonna say? Right. It just was saying like you need to do that, and it's because it's understanding like you're not gonna be able to be here and do X, Y, and Z. You need the proper resources and tools and space, and this, that, and the other, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, you can't separate supercell and spirituality. You just can't do it. It's not possible. It's meant to be a spiritual. It's literally meant to be a spiritual thing. So that is what I'm going here with. I'm actually really dope. I'm really happy I got that on camera because for a long time I've not been able to like do that, right? Like in the sense of like, I haven't been allowed to talk about half the shit I'm talking about or do half of the shit that I learned. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I don't give a fuck about anything else. But I was so obsessed with like having like powers and shit. But I'm like, yo, you need to focus on the healing. Even the healing is the power itself. So I was like, all right, this is awesome. And it was showing me that was one of my abilities. I know how to heal. Bro, I know how to be around someone. I could feel their energy on some Lucy shit and tell them, you need to do this X, Y, and Z. The problem is we live in a world that is designed by free will, so you can't just go to someone and say, oh, your fucking liver is doing this, that, and the X, Y. Like, you can't do that shit. Go to the higher self and just ask, like, can I say this? Like, should I say this? And if the answer is no, then leave it alone. Anytime your intuition or like that higher self aspect, it says no, the answer is no. I don't care if you walk past $100,000 on the street. If your intuition says no, leave that shit alone, bro. Leave it alone. Whatever that comes with will not be worth it. Trust. Right. So, supercell being a spiritual gift, organs, meridian system, energy in general. It gets your energy stronger. Everyone has the fucking capacity to do shit like that. Everyone, nigga. Literally everyone. Everyone has the literal capacity to do that shit. Right? I forgot what I was saying. Right? So it's just, at that point, it's just getting your energy up. It's literally getting your energy up. That's it. Right? But the thing with supercell is, because supercell is something that's so severe, you need to spend a certain amount of time frame healing so that it can just, right? It can just finish and conclude. That's what I'm looking at. Right? Because if I was in this space, I wouldn't be eating no fucking Cheetos. I wouldn't be eating no pizza and this and the other. But I also understand in the meantime, I gotta survive. Nature showed me as a gift, and I'm gonna do the best I can to this, that, and the other. Because it's not just about me, bro. I'm thinking about all the other supercell kids, bro. I know what I grew up with while I watched my father, my mother, and my sibling not have to deal with none of this shit. Not saying that as like against them. I'm saying, and I see now as an adult, they quite literally didn't understand a fucking thing about what I was experiencing. And what I was experiencing was so insane that it was like, you really wanted that. If you wanted anyone to understand, it was them, but they can't. And it's not their fault. It's a soul shit. It's a soul level thing. Soul level thing, bro. Oh, I'm gonna have fun. I didn't know I was gonna be able to actually do some of this shit on camera, bro. I told you I don't care no more. I'm like, to me, this is awesome. I'll sit here and do that shit all day. I'm not gonna hold you. What I wanted to do was telekinesis on camera, just so that like you can't deny what the fuck I'm saying. I felt like if you do that shit on camera, like you can't deny it. You can't deny he just did that shit. But they were like, no. I kind of know why, but I'm not allowed to go into it. All right, I'm about to go get my food. I'll be back. I gotta keep going. So, yeah, man, I just hit my, like, I went and got pizza. You understand? I'm not gonna sit here and try. I can't sit here and do this, try and cook healthy, try and be on top of everything. But if I'm in the right environment, conducive place with the right resources, it's easy. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. It's not even about it being easy. It's possible. You understand? I talk to nature. I was shown what's required. It's basically on some, like, it's not gonna work unless you do it like this. It's that simple. So when anyone tries to come to me and say, oh, well, have you tried this or you? No, I don't even know that shit, bro. I don't even know that shit. Nature said to do this. Nature has allowed me to do shit like that. I don't even know those. But if that person's not cooperative, I mean, that person's probably not meant to be cooperative. I gotta go find what is or isn't. Who or what is gonna be cooperative. So, what was the other day? So hungry right now. It's pretty good. Talk about it, but don't be specific. That's for you. All right. So another thing happened, right? Because I learned, like, when you get connected with the universe and shit, you can start seeing a lot of signs and how things come together. I got on the plane, right? Start there. Can I start there, bring that back around? That's important. Okay. I got on the plane and I sat down and I noticed this guy had a hat on that had a symbol on it. I was like, why does this symbol, like, okay. I was like, okay, I didn't think too much of it, but I looked at it, I was like, okay, it might be a thing. So before we got into the airport, there was this girl that had walked in, because I have to break this habit, but I have this thing where the girl is around, like, I'd be like, oh, it's not like I do it on purpose, it's just like, whoever looked good, it kind of just stand out to you. There's one girl that was like, oh, she's actually, like, you know, attractive, she's young, she da-da-da-da. So I sit in my seat, and I'm like, I wonder who's gonna, like, sit next to me type shit. I done seen this nigga with the hat on. Lo and behold, this same girl ends up sitting next to me on the plane. I thought that shit was so cool, bro. I was sitting there like, yo, this nigga meant to be in my life somehow. I'm about to ask her number. My intuition said no. So I was like, okay. I left it alone. So, right? I'm sitting on a plane. I ain't been on a plane since I was little. So I'm on the plane. I'm kind of like a little scared and shit. I'm like, oh shit, right? Some point during the plane, like, I got her attention. I was like, yo, am I supposed to, because I didn't put my seatbelt on. I don't be on a plane. It's like being on the bus, putting your seatbelt on. I'm not doing that. We going, you know, they're like, oh, we're gonna land in 20 minutes. I'm thinking to myself, this plane had me kind of fucked up. I'm not used to looking up. The pressure feel weird. I feel like, what is this? The plane took off, had me like, hey, yo, what's going on? I got her attention. I said to her, yo, do I need my seatbelt for the landing? She was like, yeah. And so I put my seatbelt for the landing. When that shit landed, I was like, oh shit, this nigga was not lying. We landed, my shit was like, I was like, thank God I put this fucking seatbelt on. So I just said to her, like, you know, thank you type shit. In my head, I was like, can I just ask for her number? Not even on no romantic shit, but like, this is too much of a coincidence. You was the one person and that I noticed in the fucking airport, and you just happen to be sitting next to me. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? But it was like, leave it alone. I was like, nigga, on some platonic shit. I remember she had stars here though, and I realized now, like, it was guidance. She was meant to be there because she made me a lot more comfortable. I'm not gonna hold you. I was kind of on the plane, like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be doing this and shit, this and other. Right? So, to fast forward, I go to where I'm at, right? And this is somebody else's spot, it's not mine. I look at their arm, and the sign that the guy had on his hat was on this person's arm as a tattoo. And I was like, right? That was my confirmation, like, you doing what you're supposed to be doing, you at where you're supposed to be at. Now, I had a connecting flight. So I had a second flight. Second flight, same type of dude, random white dude, probably in his 30s, baseball cap on. Goes to sleep the entire ride. They also had a sign on their hat. And I was like, okay, well, that was the first one. The second one made me go, all right, that was a mess. I'm looking at that shit like, what the fuck does this mean? I get here, right? I see the thing, I see the tattoo. I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. The next day, I see the thing that was on the guy's tat, like right in front of like the yard. And I was like, it's not like some random, like it's not even like a squirrel. It's like an animal that you wouldn't expect to see. And I was like, okay, clearly I'm supposed to be here type shit. What happened? That was a pineapple. Right? So, man, I've just hit the point of like, I get this shit now. The universe called me. I didn't answer. That was 7 years ago. I came back and look what the universe showed me. All type of beautiful stuff. And it's like the Spider-Man shit, bro. I think about the thing in Spider-Man, I don't know if it's 2 or 3, but he's like, he don't want to be Spider-Man no more. And she's like, yo, these people need you, my nigga. Like, he talking to his aunt. And his aunt don't even realize he's Spider-Man, but she like, yo, like, these people need him. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger than him type shit. And he was like, damn, you're right. I'm out here, nigga, right? Like, it was like that. So, I look at it like, nature bestowed me power. It bestowed me a great power, great awareness. With great power comes great responsibility. And this nigga that's in the mirror staring back like, I know you heard me, so get the cooking, nigga. Kyrie Irving, right? So, it's like that. But I feel like I'm in the midst of trying to understand and fulfill this purpose. You get what I'm saying? I'm about to start a GoFundMe, nigga. Oh God, I'm serious. It's not a lot of money, bro. In my opinion, for what a lot of money might be or seems like, it's not a lot of money. In my opinion. Maybe I should start saying it out loud. Say it out loud, but say it higher than the actual amount. 30K. 30,000. That's higher. It's actually a good, decent amount of higher. But we're just gonna start throwing it out. We're gonna speak that shit into existence. We're just gonna say it, start saying it out loud. And I ordered this pizza. I don't get food. Alright, so I basically told you how to do it. You gotta find a way to activate your meridian system. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's not that simple for us. For other people, it might be that simple. Because I told you, everybody can do that shit. But for us, I've had my meridian system basically open before, but it was different. And it's not enough. It's not enough. You need a whole bunch of shit going on with that, bro. A whole bunch of shit. My organs had to start healing. My body started healing. The muscles, the bones, the tendons, the nerve, everything started healing, right? But I had to be away from everyone. I had to be in the right environment. And mind you, I was doing this while sleeping in my car. Sometimes I would stay in an Airbnb here and there, and, you know, that became a thing. But for a long period of during this time, I was sleeping in my car. So I was like, yo, I was with nature. Like, bro, if I just was in a stable environment where I had the proper resources, couldn't I just, like, finish it? And it was like, yes, that's exactly what you need to do. And I was like, bruh. Because it's more than just, like, the meridian. Like, it's a lot of shit. Doing it properly, being guided spiritually, being able to commune with the earth, like with the trees and like the ocean, bro. The elements were telling me what to do, bro. It was amazing. I still can do that shit. I can still talk to these motherfuckers, right? Let me not say no. They don't even care, bro, because they understand my intention is not, I'm not saying nothing negative. I'm just talking. I'm just talking. That's how fire it is. I should grab some water. I will get that water in. And here's another thing too. My intuition guides me with junk food. So if I'm gonna eat some bullshit, it'll be like, if you're gonna eat bullshit, eat this bullshit, because it's not gonna affect you how this other shit might. I have to watch this back. Right, just fire the lightning fly. I might just be magically like Michael Jordan MacGyver. So yes. Okay. So wow, this is what they want me doing. Cool. I'm gonna just let it be. All right. So, Super spirituality. Okay, so I heard I go into thalassemia. I get thalassemia from my mom's side. My mom's black, and they say our grandmother's Native American. I ain't gonna hold you, because again, a lot of history to me seems like bullshit. If I was the winners of the war and I had to not kill the losers, I would give them flawed history. That just makes sense to me. I would tell them these people are these people and these people are these people. They would never know. I just showed you the importance of knowing your heritage and Superman's heritage. Most powerful motherfucker on the planet, he didn't know. So, no, I should order a big pizza. So, what was I gonna say? Right. I say it come from my grandmother's side, right? Our grandmother looks white as fuck. They say she's Native American, but I started to question Native American heritage simply because sometimes I think we're the Native Americans, right? Like us, right? I don't think all black people came from Africa. I genuinely, is this too far? No, fuck it. You don't see what you're seeing. I genuinely believe at some point this planet was all black people. But I don't, okay, it's not for me to go that far. So I think there are people who are in America, and there's probably history you can find of this, whether it be Moors or other shit. We're just naturally here. They weren't, well, all of them came from, no. And so I think a lot of the real Native Americans are just niggas. And people like me who have chinky eyes, and people like Duke Dennis or this girl I grew up with, I feel like people like that are native to this land. That's why I have such a strong connection with this land. So, which is why I can fly miles away and talk to the trees that are here. You feel me? So, again, thalassemia came from like my grandmother, and supercell comes from, not only my grandmother, my mom's side, and supercell comes from my father's side. And I think they're two distinct traits that affect the same area and kind of have the same type of thing, right? But I haven't studied it enough. They do the same shit. They affect the cells. They affect the red blood cells. Supercell, they come out looking like sickles, like little moon crescents. And with thalassemia, they just look weak and soggy and nasty looking, but they just look fucked up in some form of fashion. They're just two different ways. So probably the same type of people, same type of gifts. People that spend time at the water. What is that shit called in DBZ? The answer is water, dog. I don't care what anyone talks about. It's water. Oh, shit. Don't. Goku. Goku healing chamber, because I don't know what that shit is called.
Songwriting's a funny thing. It's about searching for something.
Hold on.
Something major is about to go down.
Shut your ass up. I agree with you, though. I just wanted to point this out. It's episode 77.
Go on. Krillin.
Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. I ain't no fucking liar. Bitch. That shit says episode 77. I was like, what is going on here? But he's in water. He's in water. They understand. The way the healing is water. And I know why specifically with Supercell it requires water. That's the cool part. I know why Supercell and thalassemia to heal we're gonna need water. I know why. But yeah, I can't say all that. I high-key love eating. Right? So is that it? Thalassemia similarity. I think thalassemia is its own gift. It's a gift similar to Supercell. Body's been taking care of Supercell in the meantime. What was shown to me is my people, as my body began healing. I said it though, the organs, meridian. Nature had me watch a bunch of different shows. Naruto is one that shows it. I watched some Dragon Ball Z. I watched something else too. Several shows that show this shit. When we lived in villages and clans, you have people born with gifts and abilities that are supposed to work for the fucking village or work, you know, in, like that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Do their role and purpose with the village. It's all being a spiritual get off. I also started to change my perception on the world and me not being so angry at people, but realizing everyone's living their own life. They have this X, Y, and Z going on. On a soul level, they have no fucking like clue about that shit. So just go to their higher self. Something's missing. It also helped me maneuver the world and who not to be around. That definitely helped a lot. Taking care of. Oh, what else was shown to me? Oh, I started being shown different places to go to that would resonate with me and me being able to absorb the energy and the environment. Certain places you have a very easy connection with. In other places, quite literally, the environment doesn't resonate. Jersey, yeah, I could go be in the forest in Jersey, but Jersey is dry and it's cold. I have to have all these clothes on, all this other shit. It just doesn't resonate. But being somewhere else, where my body isn't in such severe conditions that go against it, it's a lot easier. It's a lot better. I might make another video after this, but taking care of Supercell in the meantime, if you have the funds and ability, it's definitely possible. It's just a big ass equation you constantly have to keep running. Like my thing was, I would wake up, I would meditate first, so you get all whatever information from your subconscious and spirit from your dreams. Meditate on that. I either go for a walk or I'd make breakfast, whatever resonated, right? And basically, to keep a long story short, I would do things that help me. Meditation. I would eat healthy breakfast, lunch, dinner. I started making sure I was getting it. Like, all that would be cooked meal. And the main thing I would do that wasn't cooked meal, I would order out for lunch because it was too much work. Because I wasn't in the proper environment. So that, walking, but you also have to understand, I wasn't working, I wasn't in school, I wasn't doing anything that was like hard on the body. So I don't know what that would be like for someone who is doing that. I really don't know. What I do know is, even before I wasn't like working, it was still the same shit. I felt weak as fuck. And when I did this, I felt a lot stronger and more regulated. Bro, it's a lot of shit, bro. The environment is so key, it's insane. You gotta get away from your parents because they can't see it. And if you spend too much time around people who can't see you, you start becoming like that. So you gotta be careful. What was shown to me as my body began, I felt a lot happier. I felt safer. I felt normal. I felt more confident. I was walking around singing and dancing in front of people. I didn't give a fuck, nigga. I remember one morning I drove to Target. It wasn't open. It was open in like 10 minutes. Everybody was standing outside. I was dancing outside, listening to music. I wouldn't do that before because Supercell had me in such a shy, like, box where I was, like, afraid of everything. Doing this took me out of that shit. I didn't give a fuck. Well, pizza was superbomb.com. So, I don't know what I'm about to do from here. Basically, we're supposed to sit here and talk, but I don't know what to. So, basically now, I'm just at a point where I'm trying to figure out how do I say this? I mean, let's word it out, speaking into existence. I have the funds, resources, and tools to move ahead in my mission. You know? I still gotta talk as well. So yeah, man, now I'm just at a point where, you know, what the fuck else am I supposed to do? What the fuck else am I supposed to do? I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I kind of just want to play with the tree again. It's all like, nigga, focus. All right. Is that it? Another thing I realize is we need to start working together, right? So when you see things like think of like today's, think about it above today's society. Something about this feels weird. Is this? Okay. Think about today's society. You have people like Kai Cenat, DDG, these people where they're doing things that I know we're supposed to do. We're supposed to come together as a village and work on it. Because if you got 4 motherfuckers working on the same shit, it takes off and the universe supports all of you. That's what the fuck we need to start doing immediately. You need to find who resonates spiritually, and you need to go to them and receive whatever information or things that you need to. It always comes. I'm gonna give you. You can go. I'm going. I'm gonna give you. I went around my cousin, and not today and shit, but somebody else, and they was like, me being around them, like they physically sometimes, like, we there because we cousins. We was always cool to pass, and but their soul, their spirit, a lot of times would jump out and show certain things to me that I needed to take heed of and listen to the guidance. And when I did that, it was like, oh shit, this worked. this work, that work. Like, so for example, I went around my cousin and I started smoking weed again. Mind you, nature told me this was going to happen. Nature was like, you're going to go be around your cousin again, and you're also going to smoke weed again, because I had stopped smoking. I was like, oh, shit. And when I went around her, like, this happened, and then it was like something told me to go back to working on music. And then I did, and then I started creating projects, and bro, I was going in. Like, I was just going ham. But it was like, I wouldn't have had no weed connect if I wasn't around my cousin. But that was a perk that came with it, in the sense of like me being around her spiritually. Our souls came together and gave me something on the physical plane that helped me. When I get high and listen to music, I always make something either fire, or I come across something that's like, I mean, me being high with music, something amazing and beautiful, magical and healing always comes out, always does, right? So like, that's what I mean. So even though on the physical plane, like, she consciously is like, we're not really focused on the same goal, just being there, the spirit finds a way to come out and show you like this, that, and the other. It always does, never fails. So that's another thing to take into consideration. So go to certain people's higher self and just start talking to that shit. Like, all right, bro, like what the fuck, dude? Does talking to you even resonate? Bro, I went through my family's higher self. It was like, no, let everything be. Everything gonna be fine. You know, spoke with nature. You done prayed on everything to work itself out and be positive and good. So just let it be. But they was like, no, don't go back. Don't go fix things and apologize. Don't do none of this shit, bro. Get the fuck away from everybody and everything. Cause I ain't even fear. Fuck. Sometimes you'll start apologizing for shit that's not your fault. You know what happens when you do that? You start taking on karma you don't need to take on. It's unnecessary as hell. Anything you have with someone where y'all not on the same page, you can quite literally just go to nature. Let nature be the judge, and nature will show y'all what y'all need to do to fix it. Because sometimes it'll be something stupid. It'll be something that's very easily fixable. And if you sit here and you don't go about it properly, it creates certain things energetic. I'm like, I don't have no time for that, bro. I'm going to just go to nature and let nature judge me, bro. Go to nature and let nature judge you. I don't care whatever you've been through, bro. I had nature judge me the way the dragons judged Aang and Zuko. You would think, how the hell did Zuko make it through? Because, bro, he had a purpose. Them dragons didn't just see the past. They didn't just see the present. They saw the future, nigga. They saw everything. Zuko was meant to do this, that, and the other. I'm trying to tell niggas, I done found the paths for like people to redeem themselves, for people to heal themselves, for people to be back in the village, for us to be powerful. I done figured out a lot of shit. A lot. And I'm in a place where right now I'm just continuing my guidance, and you know, some of it'll make sense later. But that's really how like I feel right now. My one of my biggest focus, I really want to help like the supercell community. I do. But I don't know, we're just gonna see. We're just gonna have to keep going forward and da-da-da-da-da. Alright, I kinda want some cookies. Oh, I wanted to try and do it without the hand. It works. It was a little delayed, but it works. Yeah, nigga. Alright, so that's awesome. Okay. Nigga, don't do that, okay. So, figured out what was I gonna say, dude? What was I going to say? What was I going to do? Thank God I did this off video and not off Twitch. No, there's more. Supercell tier. Okay. Now, no, don't go into that. Damn. Supercell DNA ancestry. I keep trying to say we were at the water for a reason. I know what that reason is now. I'm not supposed to go into it. But the ancestry. It's so funny too, right? And I don't recommend this, but it's funny how they tell us, like, you know, people who have supercell shouldn't have babies with other people who have supercell. But I have a theory that, yeah, you can say that. Can I say that theory? What the fuck? I'm confused. I feel like if you have the trait, right, that's probably like the weakest level. Ironically, it's like the opposite. People with the trait live normalized, but I think it's like the weakest level when it comes to the gift. I think what I have is like second level. And then I think if you have full blown, that's probably third level. Now, there's a difference with me that I haven't fully figured out what it is. It's some type of like special something, but I don't really know. Supercell being a spiritual gift, what was shown to me is my body taking care of supercell in the meantime. Organs, meridian system, energy in general, parents, environment. Energy in general. You have to know how the energy of things around you are affecting you. You have to. You have to know. You have to know. You have to be places spiritually. Or for example, like the ocean in that area was calling me. That means spiritually there, I get protected, bro. I slept in my car for like a few months. All right, a few months is like a gas. I'm gassing it. But I was there for about 4 months, back and forth between being in my car, staying somewhere else, whether it was Airbnbs. But there was a long period where I just slept. Like when I first did it, I just slept in my car, probably over a month or around a month. I don't remember. But it wasn't the only time I slept in my car, right? You have to understand how things are affecting you. So spiritually, you can be called to certain places to do certain things, to do this, that, and the other. That is what you need to be aware of. Because when you do that, everything else kind of just follows and falls into place. And granted, it's sometimes going to be on its own timing. Sometimes you're going to have to push God's hand. Like, all right, bro, come on, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to do shit like that. Like, that's what I found. And, right, just seeing how things affect your energy in general. Right? And just knowing, like, even me, like, right now, physically, I don't think this is what's best for me because this window has no screen. So a part of me is like, don't open it. And another part of me is like, I don't care, I'm opening it, right? But then it's kind of cold in here. I'm not really eating to the degree I'm supposed to, but I know I'm spiritually supposed to be here, and I'm going to come to figure out why I'm fucking exactly I'm supposed to be here. I see part of it. I haven't seen the whole thing yet. But y'all, I was like, this shit popping, bro. Okay, there's something else. It's not that much, so that's not bad. One, two. Okay. I see. I'm supposed to connect with the land here. I've been doing that, though. It's actually really easier, too. Oh, my God. Yes. You just peeped that. Yes. I noticed that I was walking near this water. And at first, it kind of felt difficult connecting to it. And then when I kept going... The fuck? When I kept going to the water, it became a lot easier. Right? Like, I just kept going and going, and it became easier and easier. I started to be able to map through, like, chakras and, like, energy bodies and through, like, what everything nature showed me on what happens to us or what happens to me in these situations where I'm like, I feel so lost and like, oh, what's going on and this, that, and the other. I figured out how to map that shit. Like, what's happening? Oh, I could talk about that. So, for example, when I first came here, I was questioning, I'm like, yo, did I do the right thing? I felt crazy. I felt like ridiculous. And I felt like, oh, all this is my root chakra is just super triggered. And as my root chakra started to relax, as I was here, was chilling, everybody was cool, this, that, and the other, I started to relax. And it was like, you know, because you understand, I can't go into all of that. Okay. I learned how to connect with nature anywhere I go, right? So I was like, when I first came here, I was like, okay, this seems a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be, right? It was bothering me because I was like, why does this feel difficult? Why does this feel like this? And I realized it's because my root chakra was really, really triggered. And as I calmed down, because supercell, physical, root chakra, physical, earth chakra, right? As I calmed down, connecting became very, very, very easy. That's the thing with supercell. A lot of people have tried to help me, have been very good, have had good information. The problem is they didn't have supercell. They don't know why the fuck I'm experiencing what I'm experiencing, then they don't want to hear about it. That's not going to help me, right? It's because I have it myself. I have the experience. I know what the fuck is going on. So for someone else, I know what's going to happen. Or I know I'm prepared for it. If it does happen, it might not happen. You might be different. I'm prepared for it, though. For like, motherfucker, I'm going to do it, too. I do not care. I don't give a damn. Right? I really figured this shit out. And the nature has been trying to show me and give this to me for 7 years. But I'm here, dog. I'm here, dog. Okay, is there anything else? What's my phone on? My shit on 2%. Let's see if I make it to motherfucker charging. Okay. Alright, so you put this back up. I'm hungry, my nigga. What the fuck? It's basically saying I need to make the video longer, which is wild as fuck, but sure. Alright, we're charging. Cut